Hey everyone, and welcome to Audit Guidebook. We're so glad you're joining us for Module 3, where we're digging into some really powerful insights on internal audit. Whether you're a student just getting started, a brand new auditor, or even a seasoned pro looking for a quick refresh, we've designed this content just for you. Okay, so today we're tackling a topic that is, and I'm not exaggerating here, the absolute bedrock of our entire profession: ethics and auditor independence. This isn't just some boring chapter in a textbook. This is the very foundation that gives our work meaning and power inside any organization. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the why this stuff matters so much. Then it will break down the 4 ethical pillars and the idea of independence. We'll also get into the real-world threats you'll face and finish up with how leadership plays a huge part in all of this. All right, so let's start with that big question. Why? Why is this whole topic so fundamental? Honestly, it's pretty simple. For internal audit to have any impact at all, we first have to earn and keep the complete trust of management, the board, and everyone else. Without that trust, our reports are just paper. And this is really where the rubber meets the road. When we operate from a solid ethical base, we're doing so much more than just ticking boxes. We're the ones providing those unbiased, fact-based judgments that really do make governance stronger, that tighten up controls, and that help hold the entire organization accountable. It's a huge deal. So, let's get into the core principles that guide our every move. The Institute of Internal Auditors, the IIA, has a code of ethics that's built on 4 absolutely non-negotiable pillars. Every single auditor has to live and breathe these. Pillar number 1 is integrity. I want you to think of this as the ultimate source of our credibility. Yeah, it means being honest and trustworthy, for sure, but it goes deeper. It's about following the law and making sure nothing we do could possibly discredit ourselves, our company, or the audit profession as a whole. Next up, we have objectivity. This is what makes our work truly reliable. It's our promise to do our job impartially, to steer clear of any conflicts of interest, and, this is a big one, to base every single one of our conclusions strictly on the evidence we find. No opinions, no pressure, just the facts. Our third pillar is confidentiality. As auditors, we get access to some of the most sensitive information a company has. We really get to see how the sausage is made. This principle is our solemn vow to protect that info, to never share it without permission, and to absolutely never, ever use it for personal gain. This is how we build that critical trust. And the final pillar, number 4, is competence. This is what makes our work not just credible, but actually valuable. Look, it means we have to have the right skills and knowledge for the job, we have to apply professional care to everything we do, and we have to commit to always be learning. The business world changes fast, and we have to keep up. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit. We've talked about our personal principles. Now let's talk about the structural concept that protects the entire audit function. We're talking about independence. You can really think of it as a structural shield that lets us do our job without anyone interfering. And this slide breaks it down perfectly. Independence really has 2 sides to it. On one side, you've got organizational independence. That's the big picture stuff, the freedom of the entire audit function, which is protected by things like reporting directly to the board. Then, on the other side, you have personal independence. That's about each individual auditor's state of mind, being free from bias or conflicts. You absolutely need both to work. Now, of course, in the real world, things aren't always so clean. Our independence and our objectivity are constantly facing threats. We call these impairments, and they can be real, potential, or even just a matter of perception. The trick is knowing how to spot them and deal with them. So let's just ask the question head on. What kind of things can actually get in the way of an auditor's judgment? It is so important to have your radar up for these situations before they can ever compromise your work. And here are some classic examples. Let's say you're asked to audit a department you just finished managing a few months ago. That's a huge conflict, right? You're basically grading your own homework. Or what if you're auditing a department run by your best friend? That personal relationship could easily cloud your judgment. And of course, the big one, direct pressure from management to soften or change your findings. These are the red flags we have to watch for every single day. And this is the most critical takeaway on this point. When you even think there might be an impairment, staying silent is not an option. You have to disclose it right away to your chief audit executive. That transparency is completely non-negotiable. It's the only way to manage the risk and protect the integrity of the whole team. This leads us perfectly into the role of leadership. Because upholding all these standards isn't just up to each individual, it has to be championed and protected from the very top by the Chief Audit Executive, or the CAE. I absolutely love this quote. It just sums it up so perfectly. The CAE is the custodian of ethics. They're the ultimate guardian, the one person responsible for making sure the entire audit team operates with total, unshakable integrity. And here's how they do it. The CAE protects the team by reporting directly to the board, which shields them from management pressure. They write the policies, they fight for resources, and most importantly, they create a culture where ethical behavior is the norm. They build the environment where every auditor feels safe and empowered to do the right thing, no matter what. So to wrap it all up, it really does come back to these 4 pillars of trust. Integrity is what builds our credibility. Objectivity is what ensures our work is reliable. Confidentiality protects the organization's information. And competence is what allows us to truly add value. If you can master these, you are well on your way to a fantastic career in internal audit. And that's our deep dive into ethics and independence. Thank you so much for sticking with us. If you found this helpful, we'd love it if you check out our other explainers, hit that subscribe button, and give this a like. It really helps support the channel. And as always, remember our goal here at Audit Guidebook. We want to help you learn the concepts, apply them in your work, and advance in your career. We'll see you in the next one.